have no idea.
Okay, no problem, sir. It is you are gonna using it SHA 256. So how do you say that? How do you say that? I'm gonna showing it. Okay, don't worry. Like Mahesh, I'm working in a bank. Okay, example. That is what the Citibank example. Okay, or Bank of America, whatever. City Bank. Okay, I'm opening it. Net banking. Okay, example. I'm opening this page, and you can see this is the Citibank page. You am opening it, and then you can see here the small logs, encryption, and then you can see more information. So once you're going to go to the go to security, and you can see this is the AES 256. This is encrypted. Connection is encrypted, and that is the 256. So the thing is, in the ISO 27000, you're going to checking with your customer, hey, whether your application are secured on which particular, you can say, uh, encryption uh, algorithms you can set here. So SSH 256 and TLS 1.2. So TLS transport layer security, that's the informations are showing it, okay, because it's the SDDPS. You can set that here. Okay, that's fine, sir. That's fine. You can set it that here. Okay.
Okay.
So this is ISO. We have complete all those informations are there. You can see once you have little time. Okay, you come to review, my dear. That is important one. Okay, how, yeah, however you're going to doing in the company, but basic information is the mandatory. Okay, how do you doing it? And because suppose I'm auditor, I'm come to your company, and I would like to bring the, okay, checklist. Okay, so as per the checklist, I'm gonna doing the auditing in the company. So let me share. So dear, it is. I think you have taken the screenshot. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's get going. Okay, I think you're aware about information
Okay.
governance. That's fine. Okay, so governance framework, combined of governance frameworks, okay, legal and regulatory compliances, organization culture, and then business ethics. So suppose if I'm talking about one of the term is here like organization culture. What do you mean by the organization culture? Anything you know about it? Organization culture is all about.
Uh, yeah. Organization culture. For example, in the government culture versus the public or private company is different, right? So usually government usually more bureaucratic, and and a private company usually not bureaucratic. And then they also have different ethics or different way of working. So it's usually different for organization. So that's why governance must put it as a factor for uh, implementing the governance about the organization, about this organization culture.
Okay, okay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, my dear.
Okay.
So organization culture is nothing but it is the top management. Okay, then we have executives, then we have lower management. Okay, so we have three different pairs right now here, and how they are going to communicating the decisions are coming from top management to the lower management, and work is done by the lower management. Any problem, any issues will be encountered, which is coming from lower management to the higher level management. Okay, that's what this organization culture, that's called. Okay, so let me showing the architecture. Okay, that's easily understand from your side. So if you're talking about some organization culture, my dear, you can see that here it's just completely hierarchical, clean culture, authority culture, different kind market culture, whatever. So we are not talking about here. We just talking about here like organization culture. Okay, so you can say that here is what kind of management. Okay, like you can say that here is professional. I can say knowledgeable, friendly, skill set, whatever the depend company to company, what kind of culture they have. Okay, simply you can say organization culture is all of organizations, the beliefs and values and how they are manifested. Culture provides stability organization and the gives employees to clear understanding of the ways to done around an organizations. Culture sets the tone of the how organizations operate and how individuals within the organization interact. This is kind of the things. So that's what the you're gonna providing in the companies of good culture companies, my dear friends. Okay, like what's the culture of the workspace, work, okay, the organization, and then workplace, what kind of things, work environment, organization design, workforce experience, talent management, leadership, kind of things. So all are the important, my dear, for the organization culture actually. Then we have technology governance. We have discussed about all those things, governance, strategy alignment, strategic planning processes, stakeholder analysis and engagement, communication and awareness strategies, enterprise architecture, policies and standards. Okay, so very important term right now here. If I'm gonna ask, check, like we have some policies, we have standards, we have guidelines, we have baselines. Okay, like first thing is like policy. Second thing like standard. Third thing is like you can say that here like baselines. The fourth thing is like processes. Process or SOP.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you understand all those things if you know about it? Basic things I'm talking about here. That is because this is all are the part of the top management are how they're doing it actually. So let's talk here all those steps. What is the policies? What's the standard? What's the baselines? What's the SOP? And then versus what is the guidelines? Yes, anything you know about all those things? Um, or I will let you know. Don't worry.
Uh, okay,
Any
we
use case, anything? Yeah.
usually we have like a structured for this one. For example, we have like management of assets. Is this the top hierarchical, and then management of asset in a digital asset, and then also asset physic. This is the high policy, and then for the management of digital asset, we have like a few like standard or guideline. For example, we have like a standard configuration for digital asset. Like we have like which one is critical, strategic, critical, and general assets. And those strategic, critical, and general have different level of like, for example, for data security, how we manage the infrastructure. For example, in critical or strategic, we have 3DC, three data center, and for the last one, this one for general, we have only one active and another one is passive. But for the strategic or critical, we have active data center configuration, and that's the policy. That's the standard configuration. But also we have like something like policy, like cloud policy. Uh, how we can use cloud for some of the application. But for the SOP is the lowest one. How we doing something activity, for example, is SOP for like uh, archiving data, or SOP for uh, for managing server or something like that. We have some hierarchical for this one.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I will add it to the same deal. Okay, so you can see that here is first one I'm talking about here is like the policies. Okay, so you can see that here, sir, what is the policies? Okay, so policies are a formal document first of all. Okay, and that basically it define the organization principles and rules regarding a specific topic like password change policy, HR policy, transport policy, database policy, onboarding policies, offboarding policies, termination policies, anything, my dear. It's a formal documentation. Okay, organizations principles and organization rules are mentioned into the same here. What is the purpose? Sir, basically, if we have a policies, then we can guide for decision making. Okay, and it's basically providing to ensure your compliance across organization. Okay, the compliance are met with that here. So who is applicable? Who is the target? All employees are the target. Enterprise wide. Okay, anyone. So basically, who is authority? So approved by the top management and enforced by the senior management. Okay, or all employees must be use multi-factor authentication for remote access. That is what the policy is all about. So simply, you can say, Mahesh, like the policies are the high-level documentation where all those principles and rules are mentioned. So why we gonna create, sir? Because we have to get the decision making actually in the company. Okay, whether we have compliance or met or not, actually, kind of things. Who is going to applicable? All the employees in the company in the enterprise wide. And then who is going to creating it, maintaining it? Like the top management is going to be approving it, and the lower management gonna be creating it. Like manager, senior manager gonna be enforcing all those policies in the company. And example like multi-factor authentication applicable to all the users in the company. Simple. So that's what the policy is all about. Second example, like Mahesh, what is the standard then? Standards are basically, you can simply say, like I would say, specific, like technical informations are there, procedure and requirement are there into the same here to comply with the policy exactly. Okay, so example like I'm talking about here, multi-factor authentication must be implemented using approved apps like Microsoft Authenticator or DO security. Okay, what kind of application you're choosing it to authenticate in the company? Like Mahesh, we gonna using MFA, that is the policy. But which particular application we're gonna using it? That is the multi-factor authentication or Cisco DO is like the example. So, sir, what is the purpose of creating it? It's basically if you're going to creating the standard, my dear, it's ensuring uniform implementation of the policy. Okay, it is going to uniform all those policies, I would say. So, sir, who is the basically target? I would say target like any IT team, you can say security admins or project manager simply. And who's gonna creating this standards? Organization wide, or you can say it's a department. Suppose you are the part of the IT department. So you are going to be creating standards for the company for multi-factor authentication should be enabled, as well as what kind of applications you're gonna using it, and how to access it, how to block it. All those things are depend on you. So you are going to be set the standard for the company. Okay. The third thing is like baseline. Okay. Baseline. What do you mean by baseline? Baseline is basically minimum level of security. Okay. Example I'm talking about here. A set of minimum security requirements or configuration to be applied. Example, all Windows servers must disable SMB version 1 and enforce password.
I have no idea.